They're the student leaders in the dorms, passionate about making campus life home. Today we sit down with one of the many RAs at Huntington University. You're watching Forrester Stories.
All right, let's go. Here we go, guys. It's going to be great. All right, let's do this.
Huntington University's studio production class presents
Forrester Stories, where we get in touch with the roots of our community.
one branch at a time.
Welcome to another episode of Forrester Stories. I'm your host, Denali Kern. Today we're going to be taking a deeper look into the job of a resident assistant, or better known as an RA, and what they provide for Huntington students. Joining me today is Right First RA Jesse Frank. How are you doing today, Jesse?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm really glad that you decided. I know it was a little last minute that you came in here today, but I'm excited to learn. Well, I am an RA myself, but I'm excited to learn your perspective, especially as a right RA. So I think I'm just going to jump right into the very first question. What are some of the responsibilities of an RA?
Yeah, so for people that don't know, when you are an RA, you have about one night a week where you're on duty, and so that means you have to be in the residence hall from about 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then you do like rounds at 7 and 1, and then you have various rounds in between them. Basically what you're doing is you're just going through the building, making sure no residents have any concerns, making sure like the laundry room, like none of the washers are like spraying water everywhere or anything like that.
That would be fun.
Oh yeah. Just making sure the building is, everything's going good in there.
Okay. And do you normally go like right on the dot every 2 hours?
Not right on the dot, just so that way we can keep people guessing. I don't know.
Keep people guessing.
But
not quite sure when he'll show up.
But definitely at 7 to 1, I try to go exactly there, but then try to mix it up when I go.
Okay, super cool. What inspired you to become an RA?
So if you had told me a year ago that I'd be an RA, I'd probably have kind of laughed at that, just because I wasn't anticipating applying for it. But about February last year, I saw that the application went out, and I had leadership positions in my past, just like in high school and middle school too. And so I've had leadership backgrounds, and I had two really great RAs, and Brooks Walker and Brock Perry last year, and they kind of set the mold. And I don't know, it's just something I felt called to do. I remember talking to Brooks of the week they were due, and I don't know, I just decided to fill out an application, and here I am now.
Awesome. How long have you been an RA?
Yeah, so we were hired in April after we filled out our application, but basically 3 months since we got here in August, as long as I know we've held it. But
Exactly. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about like what the relationship between an RA and a student in your dorm would be like?
Yeah, so I think just in general that you're still just like one of the guys or something like that. I mean, yeah, we have this position of leadership, but we're students too. We like to have fun. We like to hang out and stuff. So I don't know. I just consider myself one of the guys.
One of the guys. Do you normally like feel awkward around?
No, I mean maybe at the start when you don't know your residents real well and stuff like that, because I think some people sometimes think that like, oh, an RA is just going to find me or something like that if I do something wrong, but we really don't find people or anything
not this
like
like overarching figure of like looming over the students.
Yeah, we're just another student who's here to get a degree and have a fun time. We just felt called to be in this position of leadership.
Yeah. In what ways have you been able to like balance your student work and your RA work?
Ooh. So time management is definitely something that's big as being an RA. Like I said, we're here to get a degree, so that's our number one responsibility. But sometimes, you know, you have, like, we'll have all hall events or something that comes up. So maybe your social life will have to take a little bit of, you won't be able to do as much that week, so you're going to have to focus on your schoolwork and your responsibilities as an RA and just try to make sure you can get everything done and to the best of our abilities.
Yeah. What about like events? I've heard that you guys, have you had some recently?
Yeah, so we actually had one Friday night. It wasn't anything like big. It was just kind of like a movie night and pizza.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. We're actually going to shoot to a short break. So when you come back, we will be talking a little bit more with Jesse about his work as an RA. Welcome back to Forester Stories. We have some more time with Jesse Frank. So I wanted to ask another question starting right off the bat. What are some challenges that an RA might face?
Well, I know like at the beginning of the semester, you really don't know how, like a lot of the guys that are going to be on the floor, like yeah, you'll have some returners, but you're going to have a lot of freshmen and stuff too, especially when you're not in upperclassmen dorms and stuff. So you're trying to make like plan events that you think people of any background could just feel invited to come to and want to be in and stuff like that. So that's an early challenge, is just trying to build community. Obviously, in our position, we do have some confrontations that we have from time to time, which aren't fun because, yeah, no one likes to be the bad guy in certain situations. But so those, I think, are some of the more pressing challenges. This pandemic has been a little bit harder too, just planning stuff. But yeah, I'd say those are some of the challenges.
Okay. That is a good point, actually. There are some dorms on campus where upperclassmen normally live, like Miller and Meadows, you know. How many freshmen do you have? Do you know?
Probably 12. So
12
we actually have a decent amount. Wright First is the smallest floor on Wright Hall.
Yeah.
We only have like about 24 guys, but that's still about half of our guys are freshmen. And so, yeah, just planning the events at the beginning of the year, we really didn't know who these guys were going to be. And so try to look at Instagram and see if we could see some of the common likes and stuff. But
that's great. Yeah, making home for the freshmen is super important.
Yeah.
You mentioned the pandemic. Are there any like specific struggles that you've experienced through that?
I wouldn't say specific. I know in like our RA training, we were encouraged to go outside and do a lot of events kind of like off campus and stuff like that. So usually we go off campus, you're going to have to spend some money and stuff like that, and we're all college students, and I don't think many of us have a lot of money, so just trying to plan stuff that the frugal college student could do. Kind of more with the pandemic, challenges, weather too, just planning an event if you're going to be outside and stuff like that. Like I know we had an all-hall event with it was like a cannonball cookout and stuff like that, and we're just hoping to have good weather. We did have good weather, but that's just some of the stuff you don't know when you're planning in August.
No, you wouldn't know. And what are some perks of being an RA?
So yeah, when I think you get to know your guys a lot better. If I was just a regular resident and stuff, I might not have gotten to know this person as well. And so we're asked to make like a connection or just at least see them or talk to every resident at least one time throughout the week and stuff like that. So it's just better just to get to know people and know people on campus too. Like when we were playing Olympiad and stuff like that, I got to know you and Tori and Isaac and Matthew a lot better.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just you get to meet people that you might normally get to meet. So
one of my favorite parts, absolutely. So that is all the time we have today with you, Jesse. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you guys for joining us. You can find our previous episodes on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to check out our next episode of Forester Stories. Have a great day.